Great good morning, officers. I, Sumit Kumar Singh, welcome all of you in Magatputra DREAM-IAS free online coaching for UPSC Civil Services preparation. My dear friends, today in this video we are going to talk about the optional subject of Civil Engineering UPSC Mains Examination. So, it is the optional subject Civil Engineering Paper 1 of UPSC Mains Examination. Let us start and see. We will see each and every words and each and every lines. So, from the point number 1, Engineering Mechanics, Strength of Materials and Structural Analysis. 1.1, Engineering Mechanics, Units and Dimensions, SI units, vector, concept of force, concept of particles and rigid body, concurrent, non-concurrent and parallel forces in a plane, moment of force, free body diagrams, conditions of equilibrium, principle of virtual work, equivalent force system, first and second moment of the area, mass movement of inertia, static frictions, kinetics and kinetics, kinematics and kinetics, kinematics in Cartesian's coordination, motions under uniform and non-uniform acceleration, motion under gravity, kinetics of particles, momentum and energy. Principles, collisions of elastic bodies, rotations of rigid bodies. In 1.2, strength of materials, simple stress and strain, elastic constant, axially loaded compressions, member shear forces, and blending moment, theory of the simple blending, shear stress distribution across sections, beams of uniform strength, deflection of beams, Macaulay's method, Mohr's moment areas method, conjugate beam method, unit load methods, torsions of shafts, elastic stability of the columns, Euler's, Rankine and Segnac formulae, structural analysis. Castigliano's theorems, first and second, unit load method of consistent deformation applied to beams and pins, jointed trusses, slope, deflections, moment distribution, rolling loads and influences lines. Influences line for shear forces and bending moments at a section of beam. Criteria for maximum shear forces and bending moment in the beams transferred by a system of moving loads. Influences, lines for simply supported plain pin jointed trusses. Now, the another is arches, 3 hinged, 2 hinged and fixed arches, reverse shortening and temperature effect, matrix method of analysis, force method and displacement method of analysis, indeterminate beam and rigid frames. Plastic analysis of beams and frames, theory of plastic bending, plastic analysis, statical method and mechanism method. Unsymmetrical bending, moment of inertia, product of inertia, position of neutral axis and principal axis, calculation of bending stresses. Design of structures, steel, concrete and masonry structures. Structural steel design, structural steel. A factor of safety and load factors, riveted, bolted and welded joints and connections, design of tensions and compressions, members, beams of built-up section, riveted and welded plate, girders, girders, Sanchinius with battens and lancing, and in 2.2, the design of concrete and masonry structure. Concept of mixed design, reinforced concrete. Working stress and limit state method design, recommendations of IS codes, design of one-way and two-way slabs, staircase slabs, simple and continuous beam of rectangular T and L sections, compression members under direct load with or without eccentricity, cantilevers and the counterforce type of retaining walls, water tanks, design requirement for rectangular and circular tanks resting on ground, prestressed concrete method and system of prestressing, co-resist analysis and design of sections for flex based on working states, loss of pressure, design of bricks masonry as per IS codes. In 3 point, fluids mechanism, open channel, flow and hydraulic machines. In 3.1, it's a fluid mechanics. Fluid properties, their role in fluid motions, fluid statics including forces acting on the plane and curve or surfaces, kinetics and dynamics of fluids. Flow, velocity and acceleration, streamlines, equations of continuity, rotationals and rotationals, flow, velocity, potential and stream functions, continuity, momentum, energy equation, Navier-Stokes equation, Euler's equations, motion applications to fluid, flow problems, pipe flow, sluice gates and wires, dimensional analysis and simulative Buckingham's pi theorems, dimension, lace parameters, laminar flow between parallel, stationary and moving plates, flow through tube, the boundary layers, laminars and turbulent boundary layers on a plate, flat plate, laminar sublayers, smooth and rough boundaries, drag and lift, turbulent flow through pipes, characteristics of turbulent flow, velocity, distribution and variation of the pipe friction factor, hydraulic, great line and the total energy line, open channel flow, uniform and non-uniform flow, momentum and energy correction factor, specific energy and specific force, critical depth, rapidly varied flow, hydraulic jump, gradually varied flow, classification of the surface profiles, contact section, state method of integration of varied flow equation, hydraulic machines and hydropower, hydraulic turbines, type classification, choice of turbines, performance parameters, control, characteristics, specific speed, principle of hydraulic development. Geotechnical engineering, soil type and structure, gradations and particle size distribution, consistency limit, water in soil, capillary and structural effective stage and pore water pressure, permeability concept, field and laboratory determination of permeability, seepage pressure, quick and sand conditions, shear strength determinations, Mohr Clombs concept, compaction of soil, laboratory and field test, compressibility and consolidation concept, consolidation theory, consolidation settlement analysis, earth pressure theory and analysis for retaining walls, applications for seed piles and grade excavations, bearing capacity of soil, approaches for analysis, field test and settlement analysis, stability of slope of earthwork. Subsurface exploration of the soil methods, foundation types and selection criteria for foundation of a structure, design criteria for foundation, analysis of distribution of stress for footing and the pile and pile group action, pile load test, ground improvement techniques. So these are the important topic related to paper 1 of civil engineering. Now move toward the paper 2 of civil engineering, optional paper 2 of civil engineering. Now the first point, constructions technology, equipments, planning and management. In 1.1, constructions technology, engineering materials, physical properties of constructions material with respect to their use in construction, stone, bricks and tiles, lime, cement, different type of mortars and concrete, specific use of ferro cement, fiber reinforcement, CC high strength concrete, timber properties, defects, common preservation treatments, use and selection of material for specific use like low cost housing, mass housing, high rise buildings. Now in 1.2, it's constructions, masonry principle using bricks, stones, blocks, constructions, detailing and strength characteristics, type of plastering, pointing and flooring, roofing and construction features, common repairs in buildings, principle of functional planning of building for residents and specific use, building code and provisions, basic principles of detailed and approximate estimating, specifications, writing and rate analysis, principles of valuations of real property, masonry for earthwork, concreting and their specific uses, factors affecting selections of equipments, operating cost of equipments. Now in 1.3, it's constructions planning and management. constructions activity schedule, organization for constructions industry, quality assurance principle, use basic principle of network analysis in the form of CPM and PERT, their uses in construction, monitoring cost optimizations and resource allocations, basic principle of economic analysis and methods, project profitability, basic principle of Wood approach to financial planning, simple total fixation criterions, surveying and transportation engineering in point 2. The first is survey. Common method and instruments for distance and angle measurement. CE work they use in the plane table, transverse survey, lapping work, triangulations, contouring and topographical map, basic principles of photogrammetry and remote sensing. In 2.2, railway engineering. Permanent way component type and their functions and design constituent of turn and crossing. Necessity of geometric design of track, design of the station and yard. In 2.3, highway engineering. Principle of highway alignment, classification, and geometrical design element and standard of roads. Pavement structure for flexible and rigid pavements, designs principle and methodology of pavements, typical construction method and standards of material for stabilized soil, WBM, bituminous work and CC roads, surface and subsurface drainage arrangement for roads, culvert structure, pavement distresses and strengthening by overlays, traffic surveys and their applications in traffic planning, typical design features for channelized intersections, rotatory, etc., signals design, standard traffic signs and marking. Another in point 3, hydrology, water resources and engineering. Hydrology, water resources and engineering. The first is hydrology. Hydrological cycle participations, evaporation, transpiration, infiltration, overload flow, hydrograph, flood frequency analysis, flood routing through a reservoir, channel flow routing and Muxin-Gaum methods, groundwater flow, specific yield storage coefficient, coefficient of permeability, confined and unconfined aquifers, aquitars, radical flow into a whale under confined and unconfined conditions. In 3.3, water resources engineering, ground and surface water resources, single and multiple purpose project, storage capacity of reservoirs, reservoir losses and reservoir sedimentation. In 3.4, irrigation engineering. In point first, the water requirements of crops, consumptive use and duty and delta irrigation methods and their efficiencies. In point 2, there is canals, distribution system for canals, irrigation, canal capacity, canal losses, alignment of main and distributary canals, most efficient section lined canals, their design, regime, theory, critical shear stress, bed loads. Now, waterlogging, causes and control salinity, canal structure, design and height regulated, canal falls, adequate metering films and canal outlets, diversion height walk, principle and design of wares on permeable and impermeable foundation, cost loss theory, energy dissipations, storage walk, type of dam design, principle of rigid gravity stability analysis, spillways or types, energy and dissipation, river training, objectives of river training, methods of river training. In point 4, there is environment engineering. And the 4.1 is water supply, predicting demand for water, impurities of water and their significance, physical, chemical and bacteriological analysis, waterborne diseases, standards for potable water. Another is intake of water, water treatment, principles of coagulations, and sedimentation, slow rapid pressure filtration, chlorinization, softening, removal of the taste, odor and salinity, sewage system, domestic and industrial waste, store sewage, separate and combined system, flow through sewage, design of sewers, and it's 4.4 sewage characteristics, BOD and COD, solid dissolved oxygen, nitrogen and TOC, standards of disposal in normal water course and on land. In 4.5, sewage treatment, working principles, unit chamber, sedimentation tank, trickling filters, oxidation ponds, activated sludge process, septic tank, disposal of sludge, recycling of wastewater. It's a solid waste. Collection of disposal of rural and urban context management of the long-term ill effects. In point 5, environmental pollution. Sustainable development, radioactive waste and disposal, environmental impact assessment for thermal power plants, mines, river valley project, air pollution control acts. So these are the important point of syllabus of civil engineering. I summarize both optional paper 1 and optional paper 2 of civil engineering in front of you of UPSC Mains Examination. In this paper or in this video, we summarize paper 1 as well as paper 2 in front of you. So if you think it is informative, if you think it boosts your knowledge, or today in this video I summarize word by words, point by point and detail by detail from the gazetted notification of 2019 UPSC Civil Services Examination. So I think you got it and understood it in a very well manner, because I summarize line by line and each and every topic related to civil engineering optional syllabus. So like it, share it and subscribe my channel right now for daily up-to-date of current affairs, point-wise summary and news analysis related to UPSC preparation. And if there is any queries related to UPSC preparation, then comment below in the comment box. Thank you. Have a great day.